which issue do you think is more important now, the war on terror or global warming?
There are two major issues, both of which have to be addressed. They're very separate, and I think the way we deal with them there have to be different steps taken. They're just very separate issues, but both important, major importance.
Now here is where the indirect method gets you much better results, okay? Now, why, you might ask yourself, does his family have close relations with the imperial family of Japan? What reason could there be for that? The emperor doesn't go around meeting anybody. In fact, he hardly meets anybody except very, very senior government officials. So he's basically there revealing that he is arriving as a secret representative of the secret government of the United States to talk with the secret government of Japan. So here you have it. This is where he's admitting what he's denying earlier. That's the only explanation I can think of. You know, emperors don't go around meeting retired bankers. And they don't go summoning them, especially during a crisis in U.S.-Japan security relations. Now, do they? So, you know, it doesn't make sense, except if you think of him as the secret ruler of the United States, and you think of the emperor as the secret ruler of Japan. That's the only reason why it makes sense for them to meet at this time. So everything you read in the newspapers about U.S.-Japan relations eventually is a result, I guess, of this secret meeting. So he was summoned because something has changed. The Japanese government is no longer following orders. And that's also because of the Asian secret society. So, you know, these guys are no joke. Okay. Now, if you had to say one message to the world, what would it be?
I think that the best hope for peace and prosperity in the world is greater cooperation among nations, which in turn will be produced if both our governments and the people of our countries travel more and get to know each other better.
When I saw Rockefeller's photograph in the paper, I had a very, very bizarre experience. I've never experienced something like this before, but it appeared somehow like my great-grandfather, G.T. Fulford, was channeling to me. I know this, you know, what? Well, he was saying, you better tell David he's not got long to live, and he's got a chance here to change his ways. And it is the best approach. If you can get this man to change his mind, so many other things will change. But if you think I'm crazy, and maybe I am, but the William Lyon Mackenzie King, a man who was Prime Minister of Canada for 21 years. That's the longest Prime Minister in the Commonwealth and longer than any U.S. President, okay? He regularly consulted with the ghost of my great-grandfather. And for some reason, 70 years after the fact, to this day, the contents of what that ghost told him have not been made public. They're not available on the transcripts of his diary that are on the web. Everything that the ghost supposedly told him has been deleted. So, something's weird there. But maybe we'll dismiss all that talk anyway, because it doesn't matter. The point is, and this is the point I want to make, is that the Sabbatean atheists, Satanists, who are trying to artificially create the apocalypse, who are trying to recreate their old Babylonian empire, have been exposed. Their game is up. It's over. They're not going to accomplish it. They're not going to start World War III. They're lucky if they're going to stay alive. So I'm telling you, you members of the Council on Foreign Relations and Bilderberg and all those families, the Harrimans, the Schiffs, the Bushes, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Walkers, etc. You are just a bunch of old-fashioned aristocrats, and you've got armed peasants at your doorstep. You are in grave danger, extremely grave danger, and I'm offering you a chance to actually make your biblical prophecies come true. It's easy, and it's not crazy. It's scientifically provable. All they've got to do is stop war. Devote all the money that's used towards war to ending poverty, saving the environment, saving the planet. And here's the clincher, it is now technically possible to give people lifespans of hundreds of years and eventually eternal life on this earth. And that's hard science, not fantasy. And it's also possible